All right, so just testing right now. Hey, can you get me? Good evening. Hi, good evening. Hey, Sugar, how are you doing? All right, guys. You're welcome once more. Hope you guys are doing well. All right, so we will just get into whatever we're doing. Yeah. So even before we get to that, some people did talk about Laravel installation. Let me check that. So about the Laravel installation, there are two reasons. There's one main reason why you might be having dependencies not found, especially when you're installing Laravel. It will be probably because you are having a lower version of PHP and you're trying to install a higher version of Laravel. For example, you have PHP 7.4, you're trying to install Laravel 9. That may cause some conflicts. So that is why at the beginning, I think one of the tasks was to install PHP 8, right? So your PHP version should be at least 8, and then from there you can install Laravel with Composer, okay? I think maybe tomorrow I'll try to see if we can actually walk through that. But I'm not going to take Windows. So probably if you're able to install Composer, then you're able to install Laravel because it's quite easy from there. Okay. So I just want us to see how far we can go with this. So last time this is where we ended, and we had a successful login, logout, and register. And before we continue from there, there is some optimizations that I did to actually, yeah, just to optimize stuff. So about that, we had this method called register. What is that method? We had this method called register, and I had to rewrite this method. It's not as if it's wrong. I want us to use object-oriented programming totally here, and let us make use of these getters and setters that we define. Okay, let's not just put them there and leave it like that. So I had to rewrite this the register method in this format. So I define a new method called save, right? Save, and I use now my accessors to get the name, the email, and the password set. That is why I have this dot get name, this get email, this get password, and then there is a certain hash here. That's we define this hash method, and it does literally the same thing. It's the same register. So now this method, this get name, get email, where is it getting the name, email, and password from? When I come to the user action, right, I also change some things here. Instead of using user register, I used user save. And you notice I did not pass in any parameter here because within here I did use the setters. All right. So user does set name, I set it to this name that we got here. User does set email, I set it to this email that we got here, and set password to this password that we got from the form. And then I just call the save method without having to pass in the email name and password within this method. All right, this is how you will literally see it in Laravel in the future. You will see that you just call the save method without having to pass in the parameters because of this, right? Because of these setters, yeah, these getters and setters, which we said before that it was accessors and mutators. So that is a change I did in this function right here. So did I change any other thing? I don't think so. So what I'm going to do right now, let me see if I did. I'm going to just push this one. Uh, right. Um, register dot and hit push. So this is just so you have an update of what I've done. All right. So let's get into something now. Oh, or is this pull? Uh, which conflict is this? Mm, what's the problem here? Config replace force. Yeah, so hopefully we have this now on GitHub. So what I was saying was that please just indicate if you can hear me. Hope I'm still in. If the write-ups are blur, it's probably because you are having network. Yeah, but let me just increase the fonts. Hopefully this is clearer, right? Um, mm, this. Okay, so I have this right now. I want to set the terminal to the left, right? So that I'll be able to access this pretty much well. Okay, so we have this right now, and what I want us to do right now, let me show you back this. We already have this, so I want us to display the count of the number of users here. Then we can go to post, right? So I could go to users, right? And pretty much here, um, let me get a method called count users, right? Or yeah, let's just get count users. Select all users, count all users. We'll do something similar. Public function count users. And this one is literally just going to have an SQL that select count, and we're counting everything, right? Select count star, from users, and that's basically it. And the next thing is just to get the results equal to this.con dot query, and we're going to pass in here the SQL script, and what do we get? This should return the count, right? Let me see. So return what? Let me see next. Oh, this is MySQL result. Um, oh, better still, let me see. Save. Is there anyone that we got something from the database? No. So let me just get all users at the moment. We can do this later. Get users, and this one is pretty much going to do same thing. Get all users, and what this one will do is that to select everything from the users table. So SQL is equal to select star from users, and that's pretty much it. So we have that SQL right now, and results is equal to this on query, and we pass in our SQL. Now, so if we have result, if there is result, then we can literally oh, if there is result dot num rows greater than 0, or better still, we could just return results dot num rows, right? And this should pretty much have it. I'm going to test that here. User new user, and what am I going to echo? User results. So we fetch each of the row as an associative array. That is what we are going to do here. Fetch a sock, and when we have that now, we can just assign it to the users array, right? So for each of these, we say users is equal to the row that we define. So while row is equal to this, like each of the rows in the database that we've gotten, we assign them to this. Then in the other hand, we create an array. We already have this array. We push this into the array. So at the end, we have some data that we can return. Return the users array. And that's pretty much it. So basically this now we have might have an error here because we are printing, we're doing echo here. So this was just a test. I'm going to use var_dom instead because we're expecting an array, right? So if I refresh this now, we see a list of all the users, right? Yes, that's basically it. I don't need this test. So how useful now is this get users function? If I come now to the dashboard, right? Our dashboard literally, this is our dashboard. I want to display the count here, okay? So if I go to dashboard.php, um, dashboard.php, I have post successfully created. I have total users, right? So I could have some PHP script here. Um, What should this script do? This script should literally just display the total number of users. So I have to make sure that I import the users model here, HP. So I should include the connection, include once. Um, have which file is this? Connection.php. Also include once the users.php, and basically now that I have this import, I come back to this that I want to display the total number of users. I could now where am I? All right, so I will now, what I want to do now is to display it. I just need to define an instance of the users class. So user is equal to new user class, right? And I have I could just echo out the user dot. Now I have the user class, and in that user class I have get users, and this get users method returns an array. So if I use a count here, I'm counting the total number of items in that array. Literally this is supposed to work. All right, let's check that out. It does. So I have 4. Is it 4 users that are in the database? Let me check. Let's hope there are 4 users. Okay, I have just 2. Then this is a problem. Get users count. Am I using the wrong database? Let me see this method. Select star from users. Fetch a sock. Oh no. Okay guys, let me see what's wrong. Turns out my screen stopped sharing. Oh, sorry guys. I don't know. My screen stopped sharing. Oh, I will have to start back. Mm, Let me see this right now. Public function count users, and I have literally the same thing. Let me see. SQL or to select account star from this. I'm going to do the same thing here with this. Copy and paste. And now that I have this, let me just see something what this returns right now. Result not declared but not used. So if I return the result, let me just return the result and see what I have. See this user, new user. Just few minutes. I'll try to explain what I was doing. Just few minutes. Okay, cool. User dot count users. Let me see what I have here. To see which method is best. So I have an object instead, num rows. Insert. So let me see if I return the number of rows, return results, dot num rows. Does this give me int one? There's one row. Fetch sock, and let me see what this brings out. Okay, so I have this string one. So how do I access this two? Count is equal to return count make 0. Don't even know. Let me just see this. How do I return this again? Forgotten. Let me check that, guys. Know why I'm seeing 4. That is my main problem right now. Am I referencing the wrong database? Or let me see the database again. I have 2 users and I'm getting start from users. I have 2 users. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Count and array. Let me just see what count returns. This is not what we're supposed to do now. So count. Let me just see. This, if this is a key, then um, the dashboard users count this. This and paste. Okay, string 2. Okay, so instead here I could say as count, so that I can return count here. And let's see, we still have string 2. Okay, so if we come back now to this dashboard and count users, see what we have. Is it count users? Gosh. Hmm. Oh, this should definitely be the problem. I'm going to keep this right now. Sorry guys, there was an error here that I'm trying to figure out. So let me use the get users again and see. Let's see this. Get users. Inside the user.php. All right, I think we're good to go now. So I think the problem I was having was the fact that I was referring to this users not as an array. So in this case, it doesn't append to the array. Okay, so this is how I'm supposed to do it. So basically, get users to do it. That count users was giving me some headache. I'm going to come to that later. So this is the get users, and in this get users as well, you could decide now and actually print out the users. So we have this count here. We have this count here now, and I think we should go to the add block. I'm going to be pretty much fast with the add block, because when I click on add block, it's supposed to load me to the add block page. So we're just going to try to design the ad block page and then we work on that. Basically, let me see. I also have a designed ad block page, so that should add block. So what I'm literally going to do right now is that I'm just going to copy and paste, okay? But like I said, this is HTML, and I'll paste it here. Let me add a file called adblock.php, and this is going to be our work. Now, I'm sorry that I did not take time to actually go through this, but it's an HTML page. So, is there anything I have to, is there anything I have to explain here? Let me see. So this is just some styling for the ad block page, and this is a session to get if the user is logged in, and then echo the user's email. It's the same header, okay? So you could literally pull this and put in a different file and then shoot it as a header. So the create blog page, there's this video URL that I'm not interested in, and our blog as well is supposed to have a title, content, image, and kind of a video URL. Okay, so let me just show you how the ad blog page should look like. With that code that I pasted, this did not show ad block. Let me see. Hmm. Is it my display again? None. Okay, this is background color none. Block. This once. So we have just normal ad block.php. Have this doc type. All of this at the moment. Require text area, submit button. This is definitely supposed to work. Which kinds of colors? What is this? Anyway, nobody is going to shout at me. All right, so we have this. All right, this is the ad block page. But for now, I'm going to get rid of this color, background image, because it's okay. So I'm going to just use this at the moment. So this is the ad block page, and basically it has a form, text area, some video upload input, and a URL. Okay, so this is the page we want to work on right now. Now, let me see if I can push this. Start git commit block page. So if you are currently working, you can just pull from your end so that you have this update. Okay. Now, basically, what this ad block should do is that when I fill this and submit, I should be able to actually add some block here. So now we have to also talk about the block table. Okay. The block table has which fields. Let's see. According to our form, we have title, content, image, and video URL. So let's create a table here. Let me increase this. Create table posts. I'm going to call that table post. And that table post is going to have an ID, which is an integer, and it's not null, and it's also a primary key, and it's auto incremented. Okay, so that each time we add, the next ID is going to increment. So this, I call it auto increment. Next, we have a title, which is a varchar. I'll set it to 200. Oh, anyway, content. I will also set it to a varchar. I will set it to this one could be up to 1,000 or whatever. So there is, I think there is a long I'll just put virtual for now, and you can set it to even 1,000. We also have image URL, so I'm going to call it image, and it's also a virtual because we are submitting but the link to that image. Virtual, I'll set it to 100 as well. I should also have what else is lacking? I should also have this field called slug. Slug. Now, this slug is going to be an alternative for the ID because most of the time you want to make your system secure so that somebody is not able to know the ID of maybe tables, the ID nature of content in your table. So slug is usually better. It's just going to actually how do we put it? It's going to take the title and make it in a way that is going to be kind of combined. You'll see when we come to that. So I set that to a virtual, and I also set it to I'll set it to 250 now because it will be more than. And I think that is it, right? So I have slug, I have video URL, video URL, and virtual as well. Set it to 400 because YouTube videos can be quite long. And what's the next thing? I think we are done. So I can end this right now, and I should run this to create my table for me. Okay, so we now have the post table with these columns, all right? Now, our what we need to do right now is that we want to now handle the logic that is going to do the ad block for us, okay? Hopefully you can still see my screen. I think this project is on GitHub. Let me send it to you, github.com, and let's see that. So basically this is the project, okay? So this is the link, and oh, exactly. Yeah, I actually thought about, I didn't know how come I did not add. I'm just going to edit it here. So that some of these things can be nullable. For example, the slug, the video URL, all of those. So default, yeah, by default, it is nullable, okay? I think so. It is only when you put not null that you are going to have to make sure you actually input it. All right, by default, it's nullable. Okay, so we have this now, and I am going to come back here. Sugar, I just sent the link to the GitHub repository on the chat section. So what we have now is the form, and what I want to do is, okay, so we have this. Please take note of the names, right? Name, title, name, content, name, image, name, URL. And this one's name is block submit. So I'm going to come back to this user action, and I also have to say else if set at post block submit, right? Let's just var dump the post array uh, posts, and let's see how that works. So I'm going to fill these fields. This is the title. This is some contents, and image, whatever image I want to put. Oh, there is a link from this guy called Skillset. You should check that. I sent it on the chat section here on YouTube. So when I actually fill this and click on submit, so I have this array that prints out the whole stuff for me, right? So you can see that very well. Okay. Um, I have the title, I have the content, I have the URL, and yeah, that's basically it. One thing is lacking, which is the image. Yeah, probably because it's not been decoded. Sugar, just above your message, there should be another message. I don't know if it's from my end, but there should be another message. So now that I have this right, I know that. Oh, really? So how should I send it? Just go to github.com / Andrew21MCH. Yeah, just go to my GitHub account and you're going to have this. Okay. On Slack, my Slack is not open right now. Like, oh, let me copy it again, copy the link, and I'm going to post the link here so that you can see quite clearly. This is the link. So you have the link on my screen right now. I think you can see that this, or as well. Let me see git at star. Oh, you cannot access it. But anyway, this is the link on my screen right now. So we have this right now, and what we want to do is we want to handle the blog post, right? So let us talk about the logic right now. Um, we want to take the blog title, content, image, and URL, and then submit it to the backend. Now, something might happen here. We have to deal with image upload, right? But for now, let's go to the block itself. So let's create the block. Do we have it already? No. So we'll create what do we call it? Block. I could just like I'll just call it block because that's what I have. Block.php. That is the block class, right? And this block class, we are going to have some content inside. So get that. So firstly, for the block class, we have to define PHP and we have to include the connection, include once, and I'll call it connection PHP. And then now let's define our class called block, right? And this block is going to have some private properties. So it has the connection, the title, the author, and all the like. I did not even I did not even indicate that on the block on the block table. So let me come back to the block table. I want to add one column because a user has many posts, right? So let's set up that relationship. Um, Let me see. There's something here. So let me alter table posts and add column. I'll call it user ID and varchar. Oh, it's an integer, right? Int. And what happens is that set is it set foreign key? key, user ID, let's say references, users dot ID. I think so. Does this even work? Okay, how do I do that? Let me check again. Set relationship in set one to many relationship in SQL. So SQL server SQL. Okay, so we have alter table, add constraint. This. Let's see this. Let's see. So alter table, this add constraints. Constraint name is user hosts. Let's see this again. Alter table name, add constraint, foreign key, references. Alter table hosts. Add constraints, user post, foreign key, references, user.id. I don't even know if this will work, but let me see. Okay. Add constraints, order table posts. Okay, so this dot might be the cost. Let me just see. ID. So this works out. Duplicate column user ID. Copy this last one and come to the post table and let me just drop one column. Oof. Andrew has forgotten SQL. Okay, so this should work. Let me just do that. Oh no. Order table check. Let me just set this up. Order table posts at column user ID voucher integer. I'm just going to have that right now. And we have this on the post table. Let me go to structure and user ID int change. Let me see if I can change it here right now. Anyway, about the foreign keys, I think I'll come to that. I'm not even prepared for that. Okay, so we have this post table right now, and I just want us to continue what we have here. Okay, so we have this post table now, and I don't also have the date. Oh God. Anyway, well, you can always add that. So you should add date, right? So let's define our constructor, public function, construct, and this constructor should literally have the same thing that we had here, right? So I could just literally copy the same thing and put it here, right? Because we want it to also serve a connection to the database. Now with that constructor, I also want to get the post. I want to add a post, right? So I could create post, or let's just get the getters and setters at the moment. For the getters and setters, I'm going to paste it because we already did something like that before, right? So these are the getters and setters, which is similar, like the set title, set content, set author. Um, what again? Mm, you have author, you have set date, you have get title, get content. So these are just the getters and setters. And basically, what I want to do right now is that since we already have this, let us now define um, our method to create posts. So public function create, I'll just call it create, and we are going to follow the same principle that we used for the user. All right. So we know that the post should have what should the post have? Title, content, image, slug, video URL, and user ID. So I'm going to use setters here. Um, title is equal to this keyword, set title and title, right? Uh, few minutes, user, save. Oh, what was I doing here? We are not setting, we are getting, because we'll set it at the level of so we want the title, we want the contents equal to this dot get contents. Uh, then we also want what again? What are the most required fields right now? Title, content, slug, video URL. So slug equal to this. Let's set slug. And I don't have the slug yet, so I could literally just add private method here and I'll call it slug. And what this one is just added here. Public function set slug. Set slug, and this should be the slug. How do I want to set it? This slug equal to slug, right? And we have the getter here, public function get slug, and we return this dot slug. And that. So we have set slug and we have get slug. So here now we are free to use it, set slug, which is get rather slug. What else do we need? Uh, video URL is equal to this dot get read. That's how I named it. Now the other fields, um, I'll check about that later. So title, content, image, video URL slug. Even the image I'll check about later. So let me see the fields are required again. Okay. So the only thing that is required is the ID. Okay, so we have this right now, and let's define our SQL. Same thing, right? So our SQL would be to create posts. So uh, see SQL equal to set into posts. We have title. We have we have title. We have contents. We have image. We don't have image now. Let me use video URL. The other fields we can check that later. And I have slug, right? Set into this, and values. I want to set it to the title. The content, the slug, and the video URL. The title, the contents, the video URL, and the slug. Right? Let me see, hope I'm on track. So I have insert into post, title, content, video URL, and slug. That, and I will just execute the SQL right now. And if this.con query of the SQL, if the query was successful, so I could relate it to true. So if you notice, I've been doing several ways of this. You could use the one that you see to the best. So I'm going to return true. Else I should return false. Okay, so in this case now, we have this already, assuming that this is the code, right? The next thing we want to do, let's route it and see to make sure it's working. Okay, so now that we have this, let's try to route this, right? So what is coming from the front end is the title. Let me see. I have the title, the content, the image, and the video URL. So title is equal to post title title contents, what is contents, video URL, and image, video URL, image. So I have this, right? And I will now use the setters, right? And in this case now, I also have to import the post, right? Include once. I have to import the post class. So called block, sorry, block.php, so that I could literally do the same thing here, create a new instance here, block. We'll call it block or post or whatever. So let me just call it block equal to new block. And now I have that, so I can access it here. So else if this, so I could say block dot set title, and I set it to the title, block set content, set it to the content, and the other one is block dot set vid, and set it to the video URL. Also the image, there's no image right now. Now there's going to be something that will happen in the background, which I'm going to show you. So our slug here, it's quite complex a bit, but not too complex. So to get our slug, we just have to say how to work with some, should I call it regular expression kind of thing. So to get slug, what I want to do is, let me define the method. So public function create URL slug, just create slug, and I'm going to pass in what should I pass in? I should pass in the title. All right, so I want to create a slug from the title, and in this case slug is equal to, there is this function called preg match, sorry, preg replace, and this this searches for a pattern, and just let me see, the pattern to search for, it can be either a string or an array. So what we do here is that when we get we have the string, right? We have the string of the title. What this is going to do is, it's going to take the string, then take the pattern of the string, remove maybe the special characters there, and replace with one particular character that we want to replace with. So for example, if the slug, for if the title is some content, for example, some content, and make the slug to be something like some hyphen content, or we could even make it to be something like some underscore content. So this is what this break replace is going to do. So the first thing it's going to take is uh, the regex, which we will pass in. So what we'll be passing in would be, you might not understand this right now, but just get the string itself. So we have this string right now, and the next thing is that we want to replace the space with, let's use an underscore or a slash, anyone. So I'll use a hyphen now, and we pass in the title, right? And this is literally going to get the slug for us. So return a slug. You can take time to go through these PHP functions better so that you understand what they all do. So it has even a documentation allocated to it that you can actually do. So we want to make sure that the slug is set to be what is returned from here. So in this case, uh, get slug, we could say this. There is a better way that we can do this. Okay, so this dot set slug of this. Well, it's not even set slug. What's the name? Create slug of whatever is passed here, right? And I think this will pretty much solve the issue. So let's just check that out. See, oh, we are almost past time, but let's finish this save method. So at the moment, I want to return. Let me just var dump this. So you see var dump block. Let's see what we get at the level of the block. So create some content, submit. So you get an object with you have all of these, like all of those stuffs are there, but now it is displayed as an object, so you might really have difficulty understanding this, but it's okay. Since we have this object, we can now do object save. So we could literally do block create, and this is basically going to create the block for us. Like, it's going to store the data for us. But I could do a check if this, then where should I redirect to? Let me set session. So we have this session at created, session and message or whatever. Session at created equal uh, post successfully added, and I can redirect back to which of the page, header, location, and this should be add block.php. Hopefully we have that. Else, same thing, say not created, whatever the key, and post not added, right? So we will redirect back to the same page but with different messages. So I could come back now to adblock.php. There's the adblock. I'm just going to replicate this session index username. What? Let me see. Whew. PHP and another PHP. So what I want to do right now is just to have the message displayed. I'm sorry I'm taking more time than expected, but let me just finish this particular part. I'm sure from next time, I'll just try to rush with whatever is left so we finish this thing. So I have this now, and what I want to do is that if we have session, if we set um, created, then we have some work here. Else if I'll just copy this same thing, paste it here, not created. We also have some logic here. So I'm going to close this PHP here and display some stuff here. So if dot let should I call it primary or success and span PHP again and echo this. Same thing is going to happen. So I have this now. Another PHP here and another one here. Close it here and same thing. Copy, paste, and I have PHP. Close this. I have not created. Okay, so if it said created, if it said not created, I don't know if this is going to do it, but hopefully that should do it. So let's just check this out right now, refresh this, and we have one. Let me check the blog posts. Nothing. That means we are not on the right track right now. Okay, adblock.php and alert success danger not created. Echo this. Okay, so I think we are going to end here. Let me just make sure this is stopped. Refresh this. Okay, so post not created. We have this, and we know that okay. From there we can see what is wrong from the next class we are going to have. So guys, I'm sorry we could not complete this. We are taking a lot of time because I'm trying to see if I can explain better. But I think from tomorrow, we'll just try to implement and go faster. So literally, there are some reasons why it's not creating, and those reasons, I don't think I know yet. We are going to check it from next class, okay? So I'll just push this, git add star, git commit -m, add block, in progress, and git push. So I think we are going to end here for today. I'm sorry that I've taken a lot of time, like so much time. I'm just going to end here. Or what do you guys think? Okay, as if you guys want to finish it, let me see. Let's try to see what the error is. I think I should get rid of some columns right now because they might really be the cause of some problems right now. And when we need those columns, we'll gradually add them. So for now, I'm going to not use the user. I'm going to not use the image. Yeah, I'm not going to use those ones right now. Let's just drop it. And okay, so let me see. We have title, contents, log, video, URL. 1, 2, 3, 4, and okay. So we have title, content, video, URL. So let's see the create method again. So the title, get content, then the slug now is create slug of this dot get slug. Great. Um, Title, content, video, URL, slug. Let's make sure the columns are correct. Title, content, video, URL, then slug. Let me make sure I'm spelling well. URL and slug. Title, content, video, URL, then slug. Okay, so we have this right now, and let me try to see why it is not saving right now. So I'm going to try to refresh this page. Go back to where we had this, click again, and we still have post not created. Okay, so let's try to let's try to debug this right now. Okay, video URL is capital letter. Where? Nope, it's not. Wait. Uh, Video. I have small p here rather. So let me just see what I have right now. Um, do I let me see. Uh, get video URL. Let me go to user action, create session, location add block, set content, set video URL. Okay, let me try to go again to the form and make sure we are also getting the right data from the form. So I have title, I have name, I have image, and I have URL. So let's also make sure that we have those fields. URL. Um, Let me return block here. See what we have. Okay, so back to this. Oh, random. Let's see what we have from the block to make sure that we are on track. Okay, so this, okay, we actually do have all of those properties, and back here, create returns a boolean, and okay, let's debug it again. So I'm going to use a block called new block here, and a block dot set title, test title, uh, block dot set contents. This is some test contents. Block dot set what do we have? Set slug, set slug of what should I set here? Let me see. How am I going to do this? Let me see. Block dot create slug of test title. Okay. Let's see. Block dot set read https youtube.com, whatever. Let's just make sure that we have something, and let's call block.save, block.create. See what that is, right? Oh, I hope there's no other. Okay, so let me access the block.php now and see block.php. Let's see the error. Oh, this did not even return a value. Okay, I think it's a slug. Let me return this return. Let me get this so we know where the error is coming from. Not returning on anything. And oh, still nothing. Oh, okay, let's print this out. Okay, we have a false. Okay, definitely should be from this. And we have title, content, video URL slug. Title, content, video URL slug. Okay, somebody should try to debug this. Let's see if the error is coming from the SQL itself. So we have insert into post, the title, the content, the video URL, and the slug. Uh, let's see this. Few minutes. Let me see the SQL for user. I don't know. Um, user. Let me see. Insert into users name, email, password. Values this. It might just be that I'm missing something like a comma or something somewhere. Mm. We are stuck. Okay, guys, let's just try to see this. Insert into post, title, content. Uh, okay, now connection. Let's also see that we have a table called post here. We have a table called post. Oh, I hope the ID too is auto incremented. Auto increment, good. ID, title, content, slug, video URL, title, content. Mm, let me check that and see. Oh, let's go to the content in the ad block. I hope it's called content. Yes, this is called content. And yeah, literally, let's see that we have slug before video URL. Yeah, but the order doesn't matter so far as you actually know exactly what you're inserting. Let me see insert and see the syntax if I'm missing out something. Oh, SQL insert into this video title content slug video URL, and yeah, that's basically it. So what is the problem? Insert into post. Oof. This is all stock again. Insert into users. Okay, so we're really going to see this. Okay, let's see. Oof. You know what? Let me not save right now. Let me just uh, vert on the block. Let's see what we have here. Right? Let's just see if we have the content we want. Con block private warning count 0. So we have, you see, this slug. This is a slug here. Test title. We also have the video URL. Uh, and it's given here. We also have the author. Oh, content auto. No, we don't need auto. And the image. You know what? Let me just lock auto image. Let me try to make sure that title content lock date no, and okay, refresh this. Let's see, we have test title, we have this. uh yeah, we have the data here. This is the data, like this is it here. If you can actually look very well, we have the content of the data. The content is, this is some test content, title is this, log is this, video URL is also there. So I think it's either our SQL or let's see. Ah, what's the problem? Like slug equal this dot create slug from get slug. Backticks won't even help. Wait, what am I getting here? This dot create slug, this is set slug. Let me see. Just do this. Let's see what we have. Uh, is that slug for this? The problem now? Like I can't find any problem. Create. We still have a false here. Blog post. Oh, guys, I am not able to figure this out right now. Content is not inside the quotes. Let me check that. Really? Oh, thank you. If this is the error, then all right. So content is not inside quote. We'll fix that. There is no comma here. We've also fixed that. And we have a true. Oh wow. This is almost like Felix. Thank you very much. I mean, you saved lives today. All right, guys. So I think you get where the error was coming from. We just had a problem of the quotes and a comma that was missing, something I was not seeing. Let me tell myself that I was not wearing my lenses. Okay, if this is equal to true, and return true, else return false, right? So I think go back to the user action, and I think we are good. So I'm just going to comment this test that we wrote down here, and let's see, refresh this. No longer there. Let's go back to our user action, the user action, add block. So set title and all of this, and click on submit. And we have post successfully created. Oh, you know that feeling, right? Like you literally know that feeling. So I think we have been able to get this. Uh, Thank you guys very much. At least you guys were following up. But we have a problem with this log. Ouch. This log is literally empty. Let's fix that. So the problem with this log is that, let's see. Um, slug, slug, got this dot create slug from this dot get slug. Oh, did I miss something on slug again? Uh, okay, so we have create slug of get slug. And what is our get slug here? Do we have get slug? We did not set slug here. Okay, so block dot set slug to, oh no, we're not supposed to set it here. We're supposed to come to this block, and how are we going to get the slug here? So the slug is supposed to be get title rather. I think this should work right now. And let's do something again. Um, this was nice. It was a nice time together. And let me just put image, even though we are not doing anything. Oh, this, and we have some video, and okay, let's check this log now. All right, so it works. So this is a slug, and I want you guys to take note of how the slug is. It's like one word separated by a hyphen. The last thing we want to do is to make sure that the refresh should wipe out this thing. So literally on set, this, it's just all. Set this and copy this, and where's that? Again, do it here and put it not created. And basically, we should have that right now so that refreshing this will wipe off the session. It didn't. Okay, so we have this right now, and if you set this on set not created, on set session created, I think we are good, right? Yes, so we are good to go. Felix, the slug is kind of, let's call it like another ID for our post, so that when we are referencing a post, we'll not necessarily reference the post by the ID, we'll reference it by the slug. This is because most of the times guys visit the application, and what they want to check is, uh, for example, hackers, for example, if they are able to notice the ID pattern of your maybe database, they are able to easily get access to it. But using slug, it is really difficult to get access to that. So that is what slug is used for. So it's kind of unique for each um for each item in your database. It's really difficult to also see two slugs, two items having the same slugs. Okay. So guys, this is what we've been able to do right now, and I think that is good, right? That is good. So we can actually call it a day, like day today, so that tomorrow maybe we'll count the number of items, and then we'll do it in a way that when we click, we're able to see all the posts, and then we have the delete, the update, and all the like. All right. So guys, thank you guys very much for your time. Yeah, that was some sacrifice. Thank you guys very much. I think we should call it a night here. Good night, everyone.